Welcome to BalsaCircle.com, your one-stop shop for all of your event decor. Today we're going to show you how to put together and DIY this really cute bow holder that will be great for your little girl's bathroom or their room, just to keep all of their super cute bows organized and mom a little bit more sane, right? So what you're going to be needing for this project are some ribbons, obviously a frame, some spray paint, and a couple of other aspects that we're going to go through. So let's get started. Just pouring some Mod Podge into a little container there, taking some of our sparkly glitter in the color of coral. We have quite a few colors. Everything's going to be in the description below as always. And what we're doing here is, I wouldn't do this right away, ladies. Keep watching because you want to put some tape, because as you can see, we had to use like a ear swab for the edges because it got a little messy. And another thing here too as well is you want to do 2 coats of the sparkles so it's nice and dense and it looks super cute and vibrant. Now, this is the part that you definitely want to do before you start is take some tape, make sure that the frame is nice and dry because it will peel off the actual spray that you put on there. However, take that tape that isn't too sticky. It's that tape that like kind of you use on the wall, but as you can see, keeps the lines nice and crispy and clean, so you don't have to be using some ear swabs to kind of clean up the edges there. One other little pointer is make sure you take the tape off after it's really dried to keep those lines nice and clean. So let's go ahead and make a really cute bow for this look. It's very simple. We're just taking 2 pieces of 8 inches. It's in the color fuchsia. We do have a couple of colors. This is 1.5 by 10 yards, so it's 1.5 in width there. And then we're going to need 1 piece that's 4 inches and 1 piece that's 2 inches. We're just finishing it off with a little bit of fire there. Yeah, don't have your girls nearby, just so it doesn't fray. So what you're doing is basically just folding it over so you see that center point and bring in both sides to make obviously the 2 loops of the actual bow. Make sure that it's nice and secure. Make 2 of those. And now what we're doing is we're taking the middle and we're folding it in half. And this is going to be kind of like that center part of the bow. Here is the important part, ladies. Make sure that you just put a small dollop of glue on the very bottom. Notice how the top is still foldable to the sides. We're folding the 2 center part sides outwards and gluing those as well. The first time I did it, I put the glue all the way, that kind of bled all the way to the top, and I couldn't fold them, obviously, because they were squashed together with the glue. So make sure you just put the glue on the very bottom, and then you can fold over those 2 sides as you saw there. So once that's done, go ahead and kind of poof it out. Now you're putting on the side of one of the bows and you're bringing both of them together to make that 4 square, 4 looped bow look. Now we're taking that 2-inch piece and folding it into 3. Now you probably can see in other tutorials that they use just the thinner ribbon that matches, but we wanted to take the route where it's a little bit more affordable and you just have to use 1 ribbon and folding it. Just taking one of those clips and putting on that little piece. Of course, as you know, if you're not part of the family yet, make sure that you consider subscribing. We do upload with any kind of event ideas for you ladies and gents out there, and also DIYs much like this. We upload once a week, so go ahead and consider subscribing. We're all into the detail. That's what I wanted to mention. So that's why we're covering the barrette there. And also for this, we're taking that 4-inch piece and doing the same kind of thing. Now, as you can see, we're on the quote-unquote back of the bow, and we just glued the very top of that 4-inch piece at the very top back of the bow. Now, as you can see, we're gluing the actual clip part of the bow without touching that long one. Now we're going to address that long piece, and this is how you want to make sure that your bow is not going to fall off. Here's the trick. You're going to lace it through that gap part of the clip on the bottom, and then you're going to bring it all the way around, putting some glue at little spots there just to make it nice and secure. And this actually just any kind of, you know, our little girls pull out their hair, they don't want to wear the bow, or that gets a lot of wear. This is just making sure that the bow stays on the actual clip. Now remember, if you don't use a specific ribbon, you want to use a ribbon that's kind of got a little bit more kind of starch to it or a little bit more backbone to it. But you know, pick the bow that you want. So once that's done, go ahead and poof it up. Now we're going to be moving on to our satin ribbon here. It's 7/8 inch, and we have this in several colors. As you can see, we're cutting it to the size of the frame. Of course, everybody's frame is going to be different, so we're not going to give you the measurements on that. However, you want to make sure you see that inner step step there of the frame, measure it to that size. Very important, ladies, because if you measure it all the way across the entire back, it's going to press against the wall and it's going to be hard for you to put the clip on. This gives a little bit of space between the wall, so very important tip there. Just taking those ribbons, and also here's another tidbit. We're taking some trim here. This is in the color of ivory, and it's 0.4 inches. And the reason why we're taking another layer here is because the clips will slide if you don't have some thickness to it. So we wanted to add some thickness. Also, it makes it a little bit cute. And we took that kind of thicker trim and put it in the middle there. That way, when you put the clips on, however way that you mount it onto your wall, they're not going to be slipping and sliding. So that is a good tip as well. If you don't have some thicker trim, you can always kind of double up some ribbon and make that thickness there. As you can see, we're gluing it onto that inner kind of step, giving that space, like I mentioned, between the wall and the frame. And that way, voila, as we turn it over and we put our homemade DIY cuteness bow on there, you can see that it looks super, super cute. And we just added, you know, an assortment of bows. I'm sure you have a billion out there, and this is such a cute way to organize your little girl's bows and, you know, have a little bit of decor on the wall as well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure that you like it, share it with a friend, and subscribe for all of your creative decor and event ideas. Until next time, stay creative.